Hi guys! So in yesterday's video I failed to mention my major. I said that I was a college student, but I didn't say what I was going to school for. So really quickly I just wanted to clear that up. I am going to school for nursing. I'm a pre-nursing major and I just finished my second year. So I am going into my third year. But this video is mostly, I just wanted to share some of my tips, just some study tips, so hopefully, you guys can use them and it'll help you along your journey. So let's get started. The first thing on my list is flashcards, index cards, whatever you want to call it. I have used these so much. These are the larger version. It comes in a smaller one as well. These are like the regular size. And they also come in colors, yellow, pink, green, orange, just lots and lots of colors. So I really enjoy using index cards, and I think using colored ones gives a little fun twist. If you get tired of looking just at plain white ones. But I have used these index cards for many classes. I'm going to be honest and say I didn't use them as much for anatomy as I thought I would. There was so much stuff to memorize that it's literally impossible to just sit and write them all on index cards. Is crazy. So I just found other ways to do memorization for that. But these are fairly cheap. I bought this package of 100 at Target for like 80 cents. So it's definitely cost effective, and it does help. I use these mostly for some of my easier classes, just like memorizing definitions and stuff like that. So if that's what you're having to do, then I strongly recommend using these. The next thing on my list is your textbook. I know that may sound crazy, but you all know how much, well, if you're a college student, you know how much we spend on textbooks. It's crazy. It's a ridiculous amount. But if you're going to pay that high a price, you might as well use them. This one is my lab manual for anatomy. And, I just recommend doing the reading that is assigned to you. Most of the time, your teacher will have a list of reading that is supposed to be done by a certain day. And so you should probably do it by that day. I know sometimes it's difficult because you obviously are taking 4, 5, 6, however many classes it is. So it's hard to just sit down and read for all of them. But, it's good to at least skim through your material before class. That way you kind of have an idea what you're talking about, and maybe your teacher will mention something that you read, and then you'll be more familiar with it. Hopefully that'll help you memorize it a little better. The next thing I'm going to talk about is highlighters. These things are amazing. They're like my best little friends. I use highlighters for everything. I use them so much. Especially when I'm reading, I find that highlighting, main points and things that I feel are important really keeps me on target and on task. It allows me to kind of zone out everything that's happening around me. And so I just really enjoy using these. I like to highlight in my books a lot. Obviously, not everyone can do that, especially if you rent your textbooks, or maybe, I don't know, you want to sell your textbooks back to get money for them in return. Highlighting your textbooks may not be such a good idea. You'll have to check with the people you buy your books from. Sometimes they do allow you to highlight if you rent your textbook. And sometimes they will buy books back that have been highlighted in. So just check with them and see what you're allowed to do. But if you can do that, I highly recommend it because I love to do it. The next thing is your notes. I can't stress to you enough how much the notes from your teacher, how much they will benefit you when it comes exam time. Exam time. Yeah, they're just really important, and I recommend using them definitely. Go through, highlight the important stuff again. If there's anything that your teacher, professor stresses to you more than something else, obviously take note of that. Just things like that. If they repeat something more than once, also try to take note of that as well. I recommend reading through your notes at least once a week or so. That way, it kind of stays fresh in your head and you don't forget everything. So the next thing is a dry erase board. I purchased this one at Target. It was like less than $10, and for anatomy, this was so beneficial to me. I used it a lot. I enjoyed using it for, mostly like the blood flow, just anything like that. Even when it comes to bones, just write a whole list of bones out and then see if you can memorize what bone it belongs on and where it is or anything like that, especially as far as bone markings and stuff like that. I just think it's a really good idea. And for me, it was more fun than, writing it out on a sheet of paper. But rewriting stuff definitely helps you to memorize it, and so I think that's a good idea. The next thing is to Google. This is mainly for anatomy, but Google quizzes and try to quiz yourself. There's a lot of resources out there for you. You just don't know about them. So, go and search and find out what they are. Even searching a little bit may help you memorize one thing. So, I strongly, strongly recommend you find out what your resources are and use them. So the last thing on my list, and probably the most important, is to get a study group. I cannot stress this enough. I had a study group, and they were like my little lifesavers. They helped me so much, and I hope I helped them as much as they helped me. But it's just so beneficial because you can kind of bounce back off one another, and it's not always an option to talk to your professor. So, if you can talk to some of your classmates who may know the information you're looking for, it's just very, very, very handy. And, I just recommend talking to some of your classmates and seeing if they have a study group, or if not, you can't find one, make your own. It could benefit you and so many others. But it's just so much easier to ask a classmate and not your teacher. While they do stress to you, they will answer any questions you have. You don't want to go to them with 50 questions because you're not understanding their material. So, I just recommend, talking to some people and getting together and studying and, maybe even trying to make fun out of it. So, those are my tips for now. And if I get any more, I will obviously update you guys. But I hope you're all having a great day. And if you use any of these and you like them, let me know how they work for you. That's all for now. Bye.